Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Gamers Are Better Than One. This time on the Dark Queen of Mortholme, we're going to try something a little different. And I'm very curious if, like in Far Cry 4, if it has a secret ending where if you do nothing. So, for the next couple of minutes, I'd say 20 minutes? Is that a decent number?
Yeah, probably.
So, I'll give it a 20-minute timer. Perhaps I'll walk away, or I don't know. But what I'm going to do is instead of having it just on an image like this, you all get to enjoy the music of the game that the developers have created. And at the same time, you also get to enjoy the amazing artwork of SkyKain, a deviant artist that allowed me and my friends to use his artwork for our setup, for our streams, and I extremely appreciate it. I don't know how else to show my appreciation, though, other than thanks at this moment.
In that case, then, while we're waiting, would you like to explain any of the characters and backstory then?
I suppose I can, yeah. Most of these characters are female versions and also anime versions of skaven lords from Warhammer Fantasy, which is my top favorite faction. And what we're looking at right now is various, like I said, the lords. So Queeka's clan is the leader of Clan Moors, and or legendary lord you get to play in game. Skrolka's clan Pestilence to do with poisons and stuff. Snitch is a master assassin of the entire world, like the best assassin through the whole fantasy era. Ikit Claw's the most intelligent for technology, and let's see who else there is. Well, Thanquil is right there. Thanquil's a kind of an idiot and a failure of a Greyseer.
And what is a Greyseer?
So a Greyseer is a gray furred rat that, from being born, once anyone notices that there's a white fur or gray fur rat in the litter, they automatically take it away from the group and raise it to be an intelligent being of magic or just intelligence, because the white furred rats are known as the most intelligent of the race. The black-furred rats are known as the strongest and most physically brutish of the race. And the brown-furred rats, or the rats with scrappy fur, are usually used as cannon fodder, basic workers, and slaves.
I see.
And Thanquil is quite intelligent for magics and how to use the magics, but as far as tactics and success rate, they have a 90% failure rate. So they think that they are the best at magic, but they fail quite often at pretty much everything they try to do. Like, for example, if I remember correctly, Thanquil has been constantly given specialized bodyguards. Now, a normal bodyguard is not enough for Thanquil. They would be useless. So instead of a basic bodyguard, a black-furred rat, or a brown-fur, or even white-furred rat as a bodyguard, Throt the Unclean, leader of Clan Molder, that transforms and mutates and does genetical enhancements and augments to a lot of things, not just Skaven. He decided that he was going to gift Thanquil a bodyguard. As in, he was going to create a amalgamation, a rat ogre, which is a big, strong rat mutation, and gift that to Thanquol as his personal bodyguard, and he named it Bonebreaker. Well, in the very first scheme that Thanquol and his Bonebreaker went in to do, the Bonebreaker got killed. Like, easily. Or an accident happened and ended its life, I don't remember. So Thanquol took a small piece of Bonebreaker back to Throt and ordered Throt, "Make me another Bonebreaker, and use this piece as well." And so Throt took that piece of Bonebreaker and made Bonebreaker 2. And also changed it a little bit to try and make it better. And this happened about 26 times. Every time the Bonebreaker got stronger and stronger or different, and every time Thanquol somehow managed to get it killed by mistake. And at one point, Thanquol wanted to, if I remember correctly, destroy an entire empire city by blowing it up or something like that. Again, if I remember correctly. And when he went and decided to start creating earth tremors underneath the city from underground and started collapsing the city, that's when he found out that he accidentally saved the city of humans from a chaos demonic incursion. Because the demonic incursions started to open portals and attempt to create hundreds of thousands of abominations from essentially one of the realms of hell to attack the humans. And Thanquol ended up blowing up everything and collapsing everything. So any survivors from the humans were now pretty much underground and also in half of the city that didn't crumble, whereas the demonic portals were destroyed and the demonic incursion was wiped out because Thanquol screwed up massively. Especially considering I think Thanquol was allied to the demons. It was definitely a setback. But he claimed it was definitely not a mistake.
Intentional.
That it was definitely part of his plan to destroy the demons and also the human city, partly. And he refuses to acknowledge any of his mistakes.
I see.
Yeah. Whereas someone as extremely intelligent as Ikit Claw, I have to start over actually with Skaven, just like rats, they only live 7 years. So within 7 years of life, I don't know how quickly or how much of that life it took, but someone like Ikit Claw, claiming that he is the most intelligent being on the entire planet, he's not wrong. Like, physically, he is not wrong. Because with a 7-year lifespan, somehow he managed, while still alive, so again, I don't know how long it took him, or how long into his life he has left, but he managed to create nuclear missiles, or miniature nuclear missiles, made out of warpstone, a glowing green magical rock. And he also was able to make atomic nukes that they build underneath cities and mountains and things like that, and when they detonate it, it destroys the entire area, collapsing everything that doesn't get destroyed underground. And he could destroy mountains with these things. He also made an augmentation to himself because he lost his tail at some point. I don't know how or when. I just know that he doesn't have his tail. And he decided to replace it with a mechanical tail. Fully mechanical, almost like a cyborg. And then he also gave himself a powered exosuit. And this is the medieval era, remember. Yet somehow he has all of these things. He also made a jetpack-like setup for his exosuit, so he can essentially fly. Not fully, but quite a bit of distance he can jump jet, I guess, a little bit off the ground and hover. He also has a mechanical claw as one of his arms that he replaced, and it has a warpstone flamethrower inside of it, as well as he can fire warp lightning, I think it was, which is essentially just a lightning bolt that's explosive and burning. And then he also has vehicles that he's created. Doom wheels is what they're called. Essentially a watermill wheel that you sit inside of like a motorbike, and it has lightning-based warpstone cannons on it and giant spikes. And then there's even this motorbike wheel that's called a... Actually, I don't remember the name of this one. Doom Flare. And it's just a set of 2 steel wheels with a handlebar on the back that the character, like a rat man, holds on to for dear life and guides with the handlebar while holding on. And the steel wheel has cogs and gears on the inside that shove rotating blades out to the top in front of the driver, but not near the driver so it won't get hurt. And they go up and out of the wheel towards the sky and then rotate down towards the ground, and before hitting the ground they rotate back into the wheel, so you constantly have blades sticking out of it and going back in on the front area to slash apart anybody he runs into. Ikitclaw made all of these things and even decided to take it further. For some reason, he was capable and decided to, with his insanity and intelligence, make an entire device, a belt, if I remember correctly, that allowed him to transport into a different dimension. He goes into the realm of the undead, where the god of the undead, Nagash, resides. And he decided it was in his best interests to laugh at Nagash, fire a doom rocket, which again is one of the small nukes, at his face, and then warp back into reality and flee the scene, just because he wanted to and that he could. Nagash didn't like that. So Nagash ordered his immortal personal assassin into the mortal, to go to the mortal realm and hunt down and kill Ikitclaw at any means necessary. So he hunts Ikitclaw to the ends of the planet, and Ikitclaw, knowing that he's being hunted by something he cannot kill and can't even send back, decided he was going to play a trick on the assassin, because even though he's immortal, he's not able to outsmart Ikitclaw. So Ikitclaw lured him to the deepest, darkest pit of all of the Skaven undercities, and when he got to the very bottom of the undercity called Hell Pit, and killed everybody in his way to try and get to where he located and tracked Ikitclaw down to, all he could hear was the echoing of Ikitclaw laughing his ass off as the entire place shook to high heaven, and then Ikitclaw collapsed the entire thing on top of the immortal assassin, trapping him for all of eternity under stone, dirt, and rubble. And then Ikitclaw continued doing his nefarious, intelligent, and insane schemes across the planet, just because he could.
Now, I think this might be a good time to update on how the game is going.
The queen's still just sitting there and the guy's still just staring.
But is there any text or anything that you can tell?
No. Press arrow keys to move, that's it.
So the possibility of this turning out to be something is about 5 minutes, actually 6 minutes left.
Yeah, and then it's probably a failure.
Also, would you like to say what fur color Ikitclaw has?
White. He has white fur color. And that's one of the reasons he's one of the most intelligent.
I see.
But I mean, he's so intelligent, like I said, that he even outsmarts pretty much all other races.
Alright, is there any other rat folk that you know of?
Yes, there is Scretch Half Dead. No, sorry, Stretch Half Dead. He is a undead pirate rat. The very few of the pirate rat undeads. In fact, very few rats are undead at all. And the entire reason he is undead is because he claims that he is the best and owns the best, greatest clan fleet, as he calls it. Now, every Skaven lord that you'll come across, they all claim that they are the best at something. Whether it's true or not, waits to be determined, I guess, is the best.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, whether it's true or not, you have to find out on your own, I guess. But, for him, he claimed he had the best fleet of all Skaven, and that it was also the largest, which it was the largest. And they were one day going across the ocean, doing their thing, pirating, looting, looking for warpstone. And they came across a massive wall of fog, except they also saw a glowing green inside the fog. And so, Stretch yelled to all of his ships, "Full advance into the fog! We will take the warpstone! Charge!" So they went into the fog with no idea what was in the fog, guarding the warpstone, or if it was even warpstone to begin with. And what they came across, take a guess.
What?
Take a guess what they found in the fog.
What fog?
The fog that I was talking about.
What I found? What fog?
No! Inside the fog was not warpstone, but instead it was a trap. It was a glowing green light on the front end of a massive water monster thing called a leviathan. So imagine an anglerfish, except this thing is 100 times bigger, and it can go to the surface without any problem. So its light beacon thing on the front of its head was green, and it lured all of the Skaven to it, and it started attacking and destroying the entire fleet without much trouble, actually. And one of the things it did was it ate Stretch's personal ship with him on it whole. Didn't even destroy it, didn't even crunch it, nothing. Just ate it whole and swallowed it, and then destroyed the rest of the fleet. And Stretch, knowing that he was pretty much defeated, refused to go down without a fight, even though he had just been eaten and his entire ship was eaten. So guess what he decided to do? What he ordered his troops to do inside the ship? Inside the belly of the beast. Huh?
Dig the way out.
Close. Stab, shoot, and eat until it's dead from the inside. And so they killed it, and they even ate its heart. And when it died, instead of surfacing and floating to the surface, because it didn't just die of old age and didn't drown or anything, it died and started sinking to the bottom of the entire ocean. And so all they could do was suffocate and die inside of this giant leviathan, now sinking lower and lower into the depths. And after they were all dead, and it was dead, it washed up in a whirlpool that led to an undead vampire secret place called the Galleon's Graveyard in the middle of the ocean. And an undead lord, a vampire named Count Noctilus, he saw this as an opportunity. Without knowing what was inside of the Leviathan, he just simply saw a giant Leviathan corpse and decided to order his troops to start creating a ritual to bring the thing back to life. And when they brought it back to life, unknown to him and his troops, the Ratmen also came back to life, now enthralled by the undead magics. And one of the undead rats accidentally pulled on the cord to one of the skaven bells on the ship. And once the skaven bell was rung, it wouldn't stop until it rang 13 times, because that's how their bells work. And this, signaling that, or this startled the undead, well, the vampires at least, not the zombies and skeletons, that why is there a skaven bell ringing, or a bell in general, ringing inside of the Leviathan? And the thing about the skaven bells is that when they start ringing, it inspires the skaven and removes, as far as I'm aware, all curses on them. So they started to get their minds, not really sanity back, but their minds back and their bodies back into control. And so Stretch, realizing that he now has a second life for some reason, and doesn't know why, and now his troops are also alive, ordered them, "Make preparations! We cannot die now from the water. We will now open up and use this giant body of a Leviathan as our new ship." So they started cutting holes in the edges of the ship, of the Leviathan, and making portholes for their guns and stuff from the Skaven ship inside of it to start using it as a battle station, essentially. And they acted quickly enough that they surprised the undead and started bombarding the hell out of them from the Leviathan. So the Leviathan, being the undead enthrallment creature that Noctilus was going to use in his own army, now suddenly firing on him from all parts of its body because the Skaven took it over. I don't remember how the fight went, but I remember that he ended up calling a truce with Stretch and his troops and decided to offer them a peace treaty of some kind, where Stretch and his troops, I think they would not attack and not kill the undead, but also would gift them, I guess, or help them in earning loot and corpses, I guess? I think that was the deal. And in return, Count Noctilus and his armies, if they found Warpstone, they would absolutely give all of the Warpstone to the Skaven, and Stretch could not decline this offer because Warpstone is everything to the Skaven. So they accepted, and they parted their ways, with Stretch and his undead rats now building a new clan fleet of Skaven pirates and also undead pirate Skaven. And he had his own flagship being a giant monstrous sea beast. Undead, of course.
I see, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I think they even, like I said, they turned it fully into a new ship that could go to the surface and everything. Because I remember they had a mast sticking out of the Leviathan, they had its guns, or the ship's guns sticking out of its body. Like, it was really cool because of the fact that, yeah, it's undead, it didn't care.
Alright, what time are we at now?
We're at 23 minutes in, and there is nothing happening, so unfortunately, I'm gonna guess that it doesn't... Wait. Press left to move, or right to... I wonder. Fuck. I thought if I moved to the right that, nothing would happen. Alright, well... we're gonna be here a while. Let's see what happens if I let him kill me.
Oh, you want to continue your talk, guys? Anything else to talk about the Skaven? Or would you like to talk about the other?
Wait, now he's... The heck?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Just sit back down. Huh. I don't think he knows how to... Wait! Holy crap! There is something new! What's wrong? I can tell you're not putting your heart into this. Wow.
You got scared.
Huh?
You got scared.
Oh, this is an interesting outcome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fully different. You're not even trying, are you? I have no need of your pity. I'm done. Wait, what?
What?
Oh my god!
Sit down, I guess.
Instead of sitting, I want to see if I can walk outside. Oh. I cannot. That's interesting. Climb the throne. Oh.
Oh, he came back.
I had to come back. I had to see if you're willing to try again. By the way, I feel like I was talking too much so far. You haven't done really any talking.
Oh, that's probably fine.
Okay. Well, I'll let you do the voices now.
I'm here because I wish to battle you. Will you return that request?
You respect me? Then kneel. Preposterous! You do not deserve respect. Damn! You do not deserve respect.
I will earn it if you give me an honest chance. Come at me. Don't do anything.
Come at me! Just turns away. I want to sit back down. My god, he is gonna give up. Like, this is the final boss?
Apparently this is one of the other endings. Wait, is he leaving? I think he considered leaving.
He's kind of like, do I leave? Do I fight? I don't know. Like, I'm not doing anything.
This is not an honorable duel.
Well, clearly, I mean, you're stabbing at my shins behind me, like...
If you're not trying...
If you're tired of life, I have no purpose here. Goodbye. Damn.
Is he gonna come back, though?
Huh. That's interesting. Oh.
He's back. You're not what I expected. I guess that an eternal rule of yours has tired you out.
Rain.
Eternal rain. You would just have to...
I'll just have to get this over with, unceremonious as it feels. I will not grace you with my attention. You will not kill me. I will fight. You really should, else you'll die. I'm not here to play games with you. Fine. Stand there then. Let this be the end of your cold and callous dynasty. Oh!
You don't even... Oh, you can't move?
No. Damn. Oh my god!
Oh, not even...
Whoa! It just
that's
ends!
one of the other endings. Yeah?
Holy crap, we accidentally found a third ending.
The do nothing ending.
I mean, I think that's interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I wasted about 20 minutes, though. But I didn't know. Like, now people know. So,
yeah.
I mean, cool, right?
Yeah, fun.
Now the worst part for me, though.
Yeah?
I have to figure out how I'm to upload this one. And yes, I'm going to keep this conversation in, too. I don't know how to upload this one.
Don't worry, you'll figure it out. But anyways, goodbye everybody.
Yeah, when this gets uploaded, I hope you all enjoy the do nothing run. And
yeah.
I hope it was enjoyable, even though it was just me talking about Warhammer. I hope you may have learned something or found it even a little interesting. If you did, perhaps leave a like and comment. Thank you, and have a good one.
Goodbye, everybody.